Okay, in today's lesson, lesson 7.6, we're going to talk about something called common logarithms. Common logarithms basically are any logarithm that's a base 10 log. Okay, we have that just to simplify things. Now you'll see today's lesson done with just a basic computer calculator. Most of your phones have this too. You'll notice when we take a look at the basic calculator on the computer, we don't have anything but this log button right there. Now that is a common logarithm button. So it's a base 10. We can't change the bases on these calculators. So we're going to have to work our way around this today. Alright, first of all, use a calculator to evaluate log 6. That's a common log 6 to the nearest 10,000ths place. Okay, so step 1 on your calculator, type in 6, push the log button, and there you go. Let me bring this over to the screen here. There we go. Okay, here's the answer that we got with the calculator. The important part of this today is that we want to be sure that we take and we use the correct rounding technique. This is the tenths, the hundredths, the thousandths, the 10,000ths. And since that's a 5, we're going to increase that 10,000ths place by 1. If this were less than a 5, we wouldn't mess with that number. So my answer here is approximately 0.7782. It can be done with any basic scientific calculator. Even the one on your phone will work with this. Alright? Now, we use these common logarithms to solve problems that involve variables in the exponential position, or variables as powers. So we're going to solve this problem. We're going to figure out what x is. We're going to round our answer to the nearest 10,000. Alright, step 1, let's take our original problem, 5 to the x equals 62. Now remember, whatever I do to one side of the equation, I've got to do to this other side of the equation. Here I'm going to choose to do the common log of both sides. Alright? Now they're still equal because I did the same thing to both sides. Now, by our power property of logarithms, I can take this x and move it to the front, resulting in x times log 5 equals log 62. Understand that log 5 is a number. So over here, just like I have x times log 5, that's the same as having like 7x or 8x or something like that. What I need to do is I need to divide both sides by that log 5. So I'm going to divide this side by log 5. I'm going to divide this side by log 5. Your log 5 is going to cancel out over here. And it's going to leave you with just x on this side. And over here, I just need to do log 62 divided by log 5. So we'll pull out the calculator. 60. Right tool here. All right. No, that's not working. Give me 1 second here. There we go. This should do the trick. I'll get rid of that mess I put on there. All right, get rid of that one. Okay, so now we're going to do log 62 divided by log 5. Remember, these are a little bit older fashioned. You got to put in the number first, then the log button, and push enter. I get this answer right there. We're going to round it to the nearest 10,000ths place. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths. Next to it, I have a 3, so my answer is simply going. That's not going to increase. 2.5643. I'll place my answer here. 2.5643. And remember, this is an approximation, so rather than use the equal sign, I use the approximately sign. Okay, so the question is, how can we do all logarithms with a basic calculator? Well, we use this thing called the change of base formula. All right, the change of base formula, it works like this. Let me show you with the big calculators. Okay. All right, with the big calculators, I'm going to open up the calculator screen, and let's say that I have log base 2 of 5. All right, using this calculator, log base 2 of 5 will give me this answer. Now, in the change of base formula, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, instead of this, I'm going to do the common log rather the natural log, that's what this thing's called, of just 5, then divided by the common log of 2. Now you'll notice that this calculator, naturally, if you leave the base blank, it changes it to base 10, which is what a common log is, and you get the same answer. So, doing this same problem with a basic calculator, okay, I would simply do 5 log divided by 2 log equals. You'll notice I get the same answer here with the basic calculator. So the change of base formula is truly beneficial for us because it allows us to do any logarithm. Remember, it's going to be the common log of this number over the common log of that number. So let's show you how to go about doing this. All right, I've got log base 5 of 140. I need to figure out what that is. Okay, that's equal to log, the common log of 140 over the common log of 5. And now I simply go through and calculate this. Grab my calculator one more time. All right, so here we go. 140 log divided by 5 log, enter. Okay, round it to the nearest 10 thousandths, and this answer is 3.0704. 3.0704. Remember, that's an approximation of what it's equal to. All right, that's all for today's lesson. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about natural logs.